like, I'll plug it in and it'll do that. So anyway, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss Sakwe, and he is from SAS. And in the top left-hand corner, as the blue Protoss from iFU, we have Must. Of course, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, don't know the map is Overwatch. It is a foreign-made map. This is actually the Neo version, so some things have been changed. This third used to actually be flat and beneath this low ground, but now it has been put up onto a high ground ridge. Yeah, it's like the Nina voice enhancer, but like times 10. Yeah, it's now been put onto a high ground ridge, so it makes the third and fourth pretty narrow, easy to defend bases now, and the rest of the map relatively unchanged. You can see obviously both players have opted to scout after Gateway, as their probes are going to meet right in the middle of the map and say hi to each other. Gas going up for both players, so looking like a pretty standard game so far. Of course, lots of deviations would still be possible from this point, like throwing down 4 gates, or doing 3-gate DT, or who knows what other manner of crazy builds. And Must, we know, has been very, very active. We've seen him streaming a ton on TL, just playing all the time. I think I'm pretty sure I've seen his stream every day, and there have been times where he streamed for like probably 10 hours plus. Sakwe, I don't know as much about his activity, and Must being obnoxious with the mana pylon, but we can see he does not trap any probes. Trying to harass a little bit here as Zealot now out for Sakwe, so a good chance Sakwe would cancel this. No, it looks like he's going to let it finish. It's interesting because it doesn't even seem to be messing up the pathing that bad. Usually when you put up a mana pylon, it makes probes like going, it's doing a little bit. But it didn't trap any, so not totally sure if it's worth it. Sakwe focused on microing back at home. Probe not really doing much in the base. We can see the Cyber Core going up, whereas the Sakwe with that mana pylon has opted to go, looks like actually 2 Zealots before Core, so that's a very late Core for Sakwe, especially when contrasted against the Core first here from Must. But with those 2 Zealots out, he will be able to get rid of that mana pylon nice and quickly. So down it goes. And the Core for Must is just about finished. Okay, both players do still... No, it's a Harass Zealot. That is not the probe. The probe has died, which is a little bit unfortunate here. As with this Harass Zealot, Must could be picking off the probes in 2 shots with the Zealot and 1 probe hit, but he doesn't have that, so now he needs 3 shots. But it looks like Sakwe is not going to have too difficult of a time defending. A little surprised he's chasing with both Zealots rather than leaving one kind of in the middle line. Oh, and Must does get himself a kill here. Does he have any others? No, that is his first kill. Still hunting around, trying to do some damage. Sakwe doing a nice job, though. He's keeping his probe moving around in spite of the Zealot chasing it, and now is glitched on the minerals, having to return home. And a second kill here for Must, and maybe a third, indeed a third. So actually pretty good damage. The Zealot more than paying for itself. And a second Harass Zealot on the way. Wait, that is a Zealot that walked out. So a Harass Zealot on the way from Sakwe, with another one on the way here for Must, who is going to go ahead and throw down his Nexus, along with a second gateway. No range making yet in the Cyber Core. And range is started here for Sakwe, but Sakwe is working off only 1 gateway. And we see coming across the map a bit scary. We've got 2 Zealots, make that 3 Zealots and a Dragoon against a Zealot and a Goon here from Must. So he's going to need some very nice micro. He does have a second gateway coming up, but we'll have to be careful, and if he makes any mistakes, he might find himself in a difficult spot here, having a little trouble getting back across his own bridge, which is not an ideal start. But now these Zealots and Goons walking across, and Must quickly pulling back his Zealot. And he's got his 2 gateways up now, has a second Dragoon coming out, and not that many units rallied, of course, across the map from Sakwe, as he's up only 1 gateway, and now it is all about dodging Zealot hits while trying to get Dragoon hits. So you can see he's trying to snipe down the Dragoon here, because if he gets that, he knows he can micro down the Zealots here, and he does have one of them, so it's looking like Must is going to stabilize reasonably well, as the Zealots are both very low damage, and now the Dragoon is gone, so he should just be able to micro this down, and by the time this Goon arrives, he will be in just fine shape. Especially with more units popping out of his gateways. I don't think of a problem unless he loses one, but even then should still be okay. And now a third Goon out, so yeah, he's going to be just fine as he picks off here this final Zealot. Gets another Goon kill though, so gets a little bit out of that. And a Robo Facility going up for Must. 2 gateways are up now for Sakwe, and of course the one thing we do have to keep an eye on is Sakwe has completed his range, and Must is only about halfway there, although I don't think the Goon count will really be high enough at any point here for Sakwe to do significant damage, so he has gone ahead and just put down his Nexus. Of Of course, there's a dramatic difference in the Nexus timing. Must has basically started mining from it just now, and the Sakwe has only just now put it down. So Must is going to be at a decent economic lead, and we can see a slight supply lead opened up for him as well. The robotics finishing. Of course, he's under no threat of DTs, and now Must is poking in here with a Goon and Zealot just to see what's at the front, what exactly is going on. I don't know if he's poked in far enough to see the Nexus, and just because there are units sitting at the natural does not guarantee the existence of a Nexus. But I think he will suspect it. And he is going to go ahead and go shuttle first, so obviously with those Dragoons out on the low ground with range, knowing it is not DT, so he's comfortable just going to go ahead and get the shuttle first, doesn't need to throw down the observatory and rush those guys out in case of DT. And it looks like he's going to sneak around the backside, or perhaps he's going to sit here on this high ground. Of course, that leaves a second route for Tasakwe. Could be an awkward countered situation if Tasakwe moved out now, but he won't because Must has the better goon count, was on 2 gates faster. Shuttle about done. We should have a robo facility finishing perfectly in sync with the shuttle. And Must moving in here. He's not making the Reaver yet. Goon count, it looks like we have 6 against 6, so it's pretty even here. We'll see who has the better control. Right now the battle is quite even. Nobody is really target firing goons, which is a bit interesting. In fact, nobody's really microing this. It's coming out very even. It's very strange to see no target firing or goons being pulled back. Just kind of A-move that, but Must does have 2 more reinforcing goons. And there are only 4 right here for Tasakwe, so a little bit vulnerable. Of course, Must leading. Oh, this one, though, is going to get trapped out away from the rest of its friends, and it will basically almost die. And gets a nice shot off the pylon. I think he's going to go chase this guy down, knowing it's out there super low on health, and Tasakwe is running away like crazy, and Must just going to split off 1 goon to go hunt it down, so it will die eventually. Tasakwe is not going to micro that along all game. And there we go, it gets the critical hit, and 2 more goons now coming from Must, so it looks like a total of 7 when they all join up against just 5 from Tasakwe. He does have that pylon though, and is forcing Must to move a little bit into that narrow choke. But I don't know if he's quite going to break up his concave as he runs in, and he can just walk on top, trying to get a good arc. Of course, the shuttle is now out with the Reaver, and this is where things could get very scary for Tasakwe, who's trying to defend with mass gateways, but if he doesn't get enough units out fast enough, he will have no space and will be forced to eat a lot of Reaver splash here in this fairly narrow region. And I'm just a little worried if he's going to have the units to defend. Must about 10 supply ahead. Still off only 2 gates though, but adding 2 more now, and here comes the shuttle joining up with the Reaver, and this will make this dramatically scarier for Tasakwe, and let's see how he handles this. He obviously is aware of it. He's actually going to eat the first shot, trying to snipe the shuttle, moves forward, now targeting the Reaver, and Must picks it up quite nicely, but it looks like Must has done a lot of damage here, and now he is trying to get into a better position here. We can also fight at the Nexus now, moving back, keeping that Reaver right next to the goons. That's kind of the position where you want it, where the Reaver can shoot, but you can easily move forward with the goons to block it. And a pylon going down at the natural, a few zealots coming out to tank here for Tasakwe. He's going to have to rely on those gateways, but the problem is he doesn't have that big of a window, because very, very soon Must is going to have 4 gateways of production, but he does snipe the Reaver, so a nice snipe there. Goon count, though, still way favoring Must, and of course, as this happened, probes are dying, and now the probes are being pulled. Must is going to back away here. The Zealot gets target fired down, and now he is just going to pick off some probes, so obviously that is going to be a little bit of a hit to Tasakwe's economy, but he's just trying to buy enough time to stay alive. Almost gets this goon, should have 1 goon shoot this guy down, not quite getting it though, and forced to back away, but we can see 3 more rallied goons coming across the map, and oh no, they're glitching out the probes! The probe transfer glitches the goons on top of each other, and now all of his goons are very low health, and this is looking like it is slipping away from the control of the Tasakwe here. He is doing his best to hang on, but I don't quite know if he's going to be able to do that, especially with how low health his goons are. And he's obviously losing a lot of probes. Must is now at a 30 supply advantage. More units rallied across the map. A Crawl Reaver is out though, and if he can avoid that getting sniped, he might be able to defend with that. Will still be at a big advantage though, big disadvantage though if he does. And pretty good scarab, and it is going to force Must to back away for the moment. So he will hold on. But Must coming back with a Reaver of his own. He'll probably not try to come across this way. Most likely he'll swing around and come in from a better angle. As if he tries to come across the bridge, he can bring that Reaver up and just clump the goons there and do a lot of damage. Still looks like he's able to produce from all 4 gateways, but in the meantime we can see Must is throwing up 3 more. He thinks he can just go for the killing blow here. He is getting zealots. Does he have leg speed coming? Or is he just making a few slow... No, he's definitely got leg speed. And getting his forge up. I do not see a Templar Archives yet though. So just going to be gateway aggression here from Must at some point. And where is Tasako headed? I think he's going to head to the high ground, which is interesting. And a probe going out for Must, so he's going to go ahead and take a third as well. Supply is pretty in favor here of Must. Let's see, probes obviously don't look that great at either base. Must probe count doesn't look insane either, but it looks a little bit better than Tasako's does. And of course, a lot of probes dying in that fight. And now Must is rejoining up with his 2 Reaver shuttle, so these goons are on the high ground, which is a good spot for them, but he's going to have to pull them back, because Must does have a lot of goons. Got to be careful with that shuttle, though. And now the Reavers are dropped, and he needs to pull back. Cannot afford to waste a bunch of goons here to these 2 Reavers. And the attack will now commence again for Must. Let's see, maybe he's going to reinforce with speed lots. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Should be sending these guys down here fairly soon. If he wants to reinforce with them, they'll be very annoying. They can come across this bridge easily, flanking from the backside and cause a lot of problems. There we go. Must now sending them into action. And let's take a look. What do we have here? We've got about 7 goons, 2 Reavers, and a few Zealots. I think the goon advantage goes to Must, but a couple Zealots also there to tank for Tasako. So pretty even fight, but with all these Zealots coming in, there's going to be a sudden surround for Tasako, and that is going to cause a lot of problems. I think Must is timing this perfectly. Now moves in from the Reavers on this side, gets a great shot off. 1 Reaver immediately down for Tasako. The Zealots are actually going not quite in the battle. Unfortunately, Must, watching the Zealots a little bit too much, loses all of his stuff, but gets a nice Reaver shot off that will finish off the Reaver. And now flanked by Zealots from both sides, Tasako has no retreat option, and it looks like Must is just going to push through right here, right now. I don't see a defense from Tasako really coming up with this that involves him keeping his natural and staying in the game. He might be able to go back up the ramp and hold, but this is a ton of Zealots in here, and not that many goons. He is using the ramp as best as possible, but he doesn't really have that much room to micro through. The pylon's going down, the Nexus could be targeted down. This is Must game. Actually, a clutch DT or 2 or 3 are out, and the Observer is not there, so that might cause Must to pull back, but he might just split up Zealots and run around and be really annoying in the process. He's not actually target firing down the Nexus, killing tons of probes, though. We can see it is 4 times the supply advantage from Must, and he's just going to reinforce so fast. The DTs can't do anything. The Nexus is soon to fall here, and GG is said from Tasako. And iFU will take a 1-0 lead going into Game 2. And of course, Game 2 is going to be Skylime against SPX, and the map is going to be Tau Cross. So SPX, I believe, is Terran, so I believe this is TVT. And so, spawning on the left side as the purple Terran, we have Skylime. And over in the bottom position as the green Terran, we have iFU's SPX. SPX. Do we have this correct? No. We need this. And we need that. There we go. 1-0 in favor of SPX. In other words, iFU. So we have definitely seen some TVTs on Tau Cross. In fact, we've seen some very interesting TVTs on Tau Cross, including an incredibly long, drawn-out, probably 45-minute game between Marwyn and... oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting the other Terran. But between Marwyn and another Terran, and it was a very low eco game the entire time. Literally 30 minutes of it was just like low eco TVT, where they were kind of just on one base at a time. There were like bio drops in that game. It was a weird TVT. So hopefully we'll get another interesting game out of this today. Certainly I would say Skylime is the favored player, although SPX is pretty strong in his own right. I don't know how solid his results have been, but he's shown good play. He's had some tough opponents. He's played draw. He's played a couple other strong opponents. But Skylime is arguably one of the better foreign Terrans. Certainly the favorite, if you will, in this game. Barracks going up for both players. Skylime building it a little more at the edge of his base so he can have a little bit faster float time towards the other base. And of course both players grabbing their gas. And it looks like we've got a scout here after gas for SPX. And Skylime immediately putting SCVs on. Pretty similar scout timings. I think SPX scouting maybe one supply earlier. Obviously correct scout for SPX. Skylime looks to be scouting incorrectly. Actually wait, is SPX? No, okay, SPX is going the right way. But they're going to see each other, so let's see if Skylime notices this and infers where SPX is and changes his route. No. It seems he is not. He's going to go ahead and still scout over here. And another depot at the bottom part of his base for vision, and a factory going up for both players. We got one Marine here. Both players are going to make a few more than one Marine, perhaps because it is not a ramped map. Oh, and the Marine from Skylime goes out trying to find the SCV, but it's going to sneak in. Wouldn't really be able to deny the SCV from getting in with one Marine anyway, but... And SPX, one Marine in lift? Or is he going to make more? No, he's got two, never mind. Feeling good at 2? Skylime is feeling good at 2, has lifted the barracks. SPX is going to make some more, actually. And is going to chase that SCV out now. Or not. I was going to say, can't really get back in now with 2. And here comes Skylime's SCV, but with 2 Marines there nicely blocking the front. I don't think he'll get any information with that. Shop immediately added for SPX. Skylime is going to get a Vulture first. And here comes the SCV. Oh, and it is turned aside by the Marines. And spotter barracks on the way. SPX is continuing to make Marines here, which is a good thing because otherwise 2 Marines and a Vulture against 2 Marines would not be a good situation for SPX. But with the extra Marines, he should be okay. Of course, really good Vulture micro can cause problems for that, as the Vulture does just ever so slightly outrange the Marines. Oh, and down goes this scouting SCV, so he knows what's on the way now, and is going to pull back with those Marines into his little kind of choke area. And he's got a tank out about halfway, so that'll shut down any further aggression. And Skylime getting his command center down, dropping a second factory, so definitely going to be a faster expansion for Skylime. And that is what happens when you make a Vulturist. You end up with a little more money because a tank costs 150 and a Vulture costs 75. Alright, so we got 2 Vultures, but the tank is out, so this will do basically nothing. In fact, Skylime's just like, okay, yeah, I'm going to run away. Maybe he's going to try to pick up a few Marines, but he'll probably lose a Vulture in the process if he does. And this almost looks like FD from SPX. That'd be priceless if he had a Vulture rallied across, but does not. But he's not going to continue across the map further, perhaps worried about the Vultures circling back and coming into his base. Or perhaps worried about mines, or any other numerous possibilities. We do have mines on the way for Skylime, and the barracks arriving soon. And we've got a Wraith on the way for SPX. No armory, no eBay in sight for Skylime, but it is only 1 starport. So the Wraith will come in here, it'll tickle the SCVs a little bit, and then he'll get up an armory or an eBay and be fine. Unless SPX does a really dedicated attack with a few tanks and a Wraith. It could be a bit interesting. Try to use the surprise of the Wraith to pick off a tank or 2. Of course, with this barracks coming in, actually this barracks is not going to see much, as 6 Marines will drive it off very quickly. And we can see SPX is watching heavily for that, as he's keeping these Marines back here in the top part of the base, knowing that Skylime would float in from that direction. And it looks like he might save up a few Wraiths, so this could be a bit of a surprise for Skylime, especially with no Academy out. And there are a good number of mines on the map, though. And a siege, well, not a siege, siege coming up. And out moves SPX. Oh, the mines, though. Tanks move through minefields okay, as long as there's not too many mines clustered in one spot, but now SPX is like, oh, that's a bit scary. And Skylime, of course, was probably waiting to do exactly this. We're going to have like 5-6 Vultures running in. Is there a tank spawning at a pretty opportune time? Yes, but it could get mined up. Of course, there isn't speed, so these Vultures don't really have the mobility. Oh, there's speed, but the race now are shown, so Skylime is going to kind of get some scouting information indirectly from this. I don't know actually how many SCV kills he's going to get from this. He's got 2 or 3 so far, but he's lost a lot of the Vultures very quickly, and with the race chasing them down, they will die fairly fast. But he does now know about the race, so he's not going to be caught totally with his pants down against this attack. SCV kills, though, are going to be pretty limited. He's got, I think, 3 right now, and he might stay at 3, and this Vulture's actually going to try to leave, but is unable to do so. And some mines being laid here. So SPX cannot move out, and this is going to start to be a pretty big issue. I mean, think about this. Skylime has mined 250 minerals from his base, so he's mined like a sixth of the minerals that is natural, and the natural is just now going up for SPX. So I can't help but wonder a little bit if SPX wasn't really expecting this many mines, and is now frustrated at the fact that he can't move out. Wraiths are doing a little bit of damage, but of course Skylime with the Vultures bought him more than enough time to get an armory up in peace. So he's going to have Goliath coming out here in a sec. These Wraiths will probably net a few kills. There's 4 kills so far. So he's going to get a decent number of kills. That will slow the economy from Skylime a little bit, but Skylime has had his natural base so much longer. He's on 5 factories against just 1 from SPX, and he's actually just taking a third. He's so far ahead. And there we go, Goliath out now, so the Wraiths are chased away. Oh, we got a little drop here though from SPX. Picks up the SCV, probably going to go over here and be super annoying. He can definitely get rid of the gas, and he'll actually be able to shoot at the SCVs on the side as well. So here we go, here comes the drop on the top, and the Wraiths are going to make this really annoying. As I don't think Skylime yet has the tank count. Yeah, he definitely does not have the tank count to go over there and get rid of those Wraiths, so that's going to be pretty annoying. Skylime might just move over to this command center though. Yeah, looks like what he's doing. Gonna have to lift. We'll lose the gas there. And yeah, now has some tanks coming out, but he's gonna need like 3 or 4 tanks before he can get rid of these, as these are nicely positioned on the high ground. And actually, it looks like Skylime is gonna come across the map with a lot of Vultures and Goliaths. I wonder if we can make an attack work. There's not that many tanks, but... And the Wraiths over here harassing some of the SCVs. Skylime running around a bit, but a few Goliaths now coming up to take care of those guys. We have action kind of all over the place right now. And these tanks are leaving the base at a very... Oh! These mines. Oh my god. And at the same time, suddenly it's an attack. He's like, oh shit. Oh Big mine goes off. Those tanks are very low on health right now. This is not looking good at all for SPX. And Vultures are devouring the SCVs here in the natural as there's no units out. Skylime has 1 tank in this. And there's 1 tank at the front trying to lay some mines and force that back, but obviously a lot of SCVs are dying, trying to surround the tank. The Wraith's coming back to defend, but this is doing a lot of damage here. Skylime now opening up a nice supply lead here. And tank is wandering back, but it's so low on health, it goes down immediately. The Wraiths are the only thing keeping this attack alive and is being reinforced sort of from the natural, and SPX is like, okay, I can't do anything, and says GG. So Skylime ties it back up 1-1. And so we'll be going into Game 3, DeWalt against OK Make, or Oak Make. I don't even know who that is. I literally have no idea. I've not even heard of this player. On destination. So spawning in the top position as the what is that, white-ish Protoss? Pink Protoss, we have DeWalt, and in the bottom position is the orange Zerg, we have OK Make, who I literally don't know a thing about. I have no clue who that is. I don't know if anybody else does, but I sure as heck don't know who this is. DeWalt has been really inactive. In fact, this, I believe, is the first time we've seen him in a long time. We have not seen him play in any other STL games, so I don't know what to expect. Strong Protoss when in form, but I really have no idea if he's going to be at all in shape. And OK Make is a complete unknown, unless somebody here knows something about him. Sakura is saying he also has no idea. Gecko says he played regularly in the Russian lands and Defiler tours. So perhaps a Russian player is going to go ahead and overpool. Very common here on Destin. Wait, I take that back. He's going to 9-pool. Overpool is much more common on Destination because the probe's going to show up really fast and be really annoying blocking your stuff. So you just get the lings out faster so you can get that hatch down and not just be blocked. And Gecko saying he believes that OK Make is only about a C level player. So if that is true, even an inactive DeWalt should be massively favored against OK Make. A little bit of harass going on with this drone here. But second guy brought out, and we got 3 lings coming up, so we're going to see 2 cannons first, I suspect, from DeWalt. And out goes the drone, and try to make the hatchery. Won't be able to put it down probably quite right away, but the lings will be over in half a sec. How about, actually, it's going to be very close. I don't think he'll quite get it. Yeah, not quite. Meanwhile, 2 cannons going up. Gateway will go here, Nexus there. That should work out okay. Oh! A little bit sloppy there. DeWalt does lose the probe to the fire of that drone. No gas with this, though, so not going to be in danger of any, like, super speedling run by, which is actually really strong in Destination, as the walls, especially at this top spot, are not that great. And there's always the possibility too, even if there's a wall here, if they're careless, you can slip around the back and run in. Especially with cannon position like this, I doubt this cannon covers the ramp very well. And the other problem DeWalt will have at some point here is if he wants this gas, neither of these cannons will cover this gas, so the lings will be able to deny that for a while until he gets out a couple zealots. Third hatch going down here for OK Make, and his gas obviously on the way. And okay, there's the pylon in the back, so that's going to block any potential ling run-bys going through. That does form a tight wall against the back. And no gas yet. Should be taking it right now. There we go. And OK Mick starts his gas mining. The downside for DeWalt here is this is pretty solidly linged off, so he's going to have a real hard time getting out any scouting information, getting any scouting probe out. Wants to see if there's gas to attack, if it's safe to. And here comes an attempt at a probe the lings. Oh, are they going to let it out? Oh, they actually let it out, but then DeWalt turned it back, so it died. He could have gotten out if he wanted to, or if he would have noticed. Got first zealot on the way. And now is Zealot attacking these lings and loses 1, and that will allow the probe to come in. And whoops, overextends with the ling, loses 1 over there at the gas, so now he's down to just 4. But of course, 1 Zealot on its own, not that scary. But that Zealot was mostly just to get the probe out. Now, can he block at this bridge? He's trying, but DeWalt going to take an alternate route. The other pair of lings are not in place, so we'll see how far DeWalt makes it. He's going to confirm the location and existence of a 3rd base, and then probably try to swing around here into back, but he's got to be really careful. Probe a little bit low on health. Of course, in the meantime, we have a pylon going up. Do we have a cyber core yet? Yes, we've got a cyber core done for DeWalt, and Lair is done. Spire just now thrown down. Is there a Stargate, though? It seems there is not, and a lot of gas saved up here for DeWalt. I do not know exactly what he is up to. No spin on Forge, no spin on Core. 400 gas banked. And there's the Stargate, really late obviously, as it's at 400 gas. This is a 5:30 Stargate, usual timing is much closer to 4:30. And a Zealot has run into the main here to do a little bit of harass, trying to get a drone kill. No pull from OK Meg, so 1 drone will die. And now the ling's trying to surround the Zealot, can't quite get it. There we go, gets rid of it. 1 drone does die in the process though, and still a lot of gas. Is there, at least it's going to be a double Stargate. Okay, double Stargate, but a bit late, so interesting. So we're going to see some major Corsair harass from DeWalt. He has done this before. It's definitely a build he likes to do. I guess that explains why the gas is a little bit high, as he's going to be now pumping Corsairs out of 2 Stargates. But with 2 gases, there'll be plenty of gas for that. And here we go, the Lings do run in behind, and they're going to try to deny the gas of the Natural. A cannon goes up. With 2 Zealots, he will be able to take care of this, although there's a good chance OKMate can just run around long enough to do this. He's trying to run around back. Oh, surprisingly, that cannon doesn't even cover there. And now a swing back over here to the Assimilator, trying to get it. I think he's got a real good shot at getting it if he micros, but he's just committing for it. I don't think he can quite get it. This one Ling can run around a bit. I don't know if it'll quite get it. Going for that probe right there, mining. But OKMate stops watching. And this Corsair is finally out now, doing a little bit of scouting, but there's a pair of skirts, so it's got to be careful. Got to wait for a few more Corsairs before it's actually safe to be out on the map. Oh no! Critical mistake! He's attacking it! No! Down goes the first Corsair, so not the ideal start here for DeWalt. And there's the Archives coming down. A Photon Cannon in the main there to guard against the Scourge. And Overlord actually dying to the cannon, though. And, of course, Air Weapon. Where is the Citadel? Oh, over here, okay. And in the meantime, OKMate just getting up his infrastructure, getting Overlord speed. Creep Colony coming up, getting his Hydra +1, and his Hydra Den just now finishing. We're going to start Hydra upgrades. He's got a lot of money. And he's not getting Hydra upgrades right now. Oh, there we go. Speed. Oh, whoa. Careful with the Corsair there. Just using it for scouting, but he's got to... Okay. We're doing okay so far, but we've got to be careful. Scourger's still ahead of this Corsair. Trying to get it. Is he going to sneak by? He's trying to dance around. It's like the most zigzaggy route to get home I've ever seen. Both players are actively microing this pretty heavily. I'm really curious here if OKMate is going to get this, but I think it's just barely going to get to the cannons. It's going to be close! Okay, he just barely saves it. And now he's getting up to that critical mass of Corsairs. We can move out. Oh, we've got a DT over here on this side of the map. And panning back, I think he is just going into large numbers of Hydra. Yeah, that appears to be the case. And DeWalt is taking a third, which to me is a very interesting decision, as he only has just now gotten gateways, which is really strange. I feel like it's going to be incredibly hard for him to defend this. There's already almost 2 or more groups of Hydra on the map. I guess there's a little bit threat of DT, but whoa, loses 1 or 2 Sairs right there. And I wonder if we're going to see OKMate move out and be like, no. I mean, if he just allows him to take a third off 2 Stargate Sair and no units, that would not be especially good here for OKMate. And he got Overlord speed already, so I don't know, maybe he's just going to take a 4th though and just chill at that. Big old transfer of probes over here to this base, and a bunch of cannons going up. And now has a little bit better gateway count, although he has not done a whole lot with the Corsairs right now, so it's not ideal for the opening. Okay, and now OKMate is moving out a little bit more on the map, with his Hydra starting to get active, and there are quite a few. Looks to be maybe 3 control groups worth. Of course, now that's giving him the time he wants, and he's going to have like 5 cannons and a Templar over here. So a lot of this will come down to the control. I think with really good storm dodging, OKMate can still break this, but we'll see. There will be some reinforcing units over here from Desakwe or DeWalt once he realizes what's going on. And here we go. Here come the Hydra up onto the high ground. Let's see if he's ready for the storm. He moves in immediately. Can he snipe the Templar? He snipes 1. The second one goes off. There's actually no micro, or almost anti-micro. But is it just going to be too many Hydra anyway? I was questioning this decision from DeWalt. All the probes are being pulled, but it looks like everything here is getting massacred at the 3rd base. So yeah, DeWalt goes from looking in an okay position to looking in a not so good position. How will these storms be from these 2 Templar? Moves massively forward, but into the storm. And he's got no storms, and actually just GG's on the spot. And OKMate takes out DeWalt. And definitely feel correct in my call there of saying that third was really greedy. I mean, that was just basically death. There were just too many Hydras. I mean, he hit as good a storms as you could hope for, really. And yeah, that was one-sided. That was really one-sided. Alright, so now we're going to have Vorti against Eon Zerg on Coliseum 2, so a ZVZ. That was greed getting owned. I don't know why one gate thirds in PVZ are usually not that safe. So spawning in the bottom position here, as our yellow Zerg, we have Eon Zerg, and in the bottom right-hand position, oh, never mind, Vorti's, yeah, Vorti's Terran, I guess. Or does he play TVZ? Could have sworn Vorti's Zerg. We've got TVZ, though, between Eon Zerg and Vorti. We'll just leave it at that. Teal Terran here is Vorti from SAS, and the yellow Zerg is Eon Zerg. And that is 2-1 in favor of iFU. Let's get the right players in here. There we go. There we go. Alright, that looks correct to me. Vorti is like a B guy, I think. Eon Zerg heavily favored here. I don't even know if Vorti... I want to say Vorti's a Zerg, but maybe he plays TVZ. I don't really know what to expect from Vorti, though. And Eon Zerg is unfortunately scouting incorrectly with his Overlord, but that's actually a bit of an interesting scouting direction, because usually you scout towards the closest natural, which is here. So Vorti says you tab and hack. I think this is in jest, but you never know. Eon Zerg in a 12 hatch here. And interestingly, Vorti is not going to opt for the wall, which I always find a bit interesting on Coliseum, as it's a very, very wide choke. If you don't wall, you really can't block Lings getting in. You know, I mean, what are you going to do? Pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 SCVs and then hope that one doesn't get a break in the line? And yeah, Ian's saying, why not ZVZ? Vorti, so Vorti is a Zerg, and he is saying TVZ funny. So this could be really one-sided, because I think Vorti's, you know, in the mid-B range as a Zerg, so I don't know what to expect from his Terran here. But if anything, it should make Eon more favored. And here comes the drone. He's gonna be like, no wall. But he's going 12 hat, so not a serious threat. I don't believe these tiers from Eon Zerg. I don't believe them. Best of 3. I guess it would be more fun, but that would be some long casts. I could easily turn one clan war into a 6 or 7 hour affair. 2 clan wars in a day would be like a marathon cast. Alright, so Eon Zerg is actually not playing his trademark 2-hatch Muta aggro. It looks like he's going to be doing a 3-hatch build. Of course, the gas coming up as well, and Vorti just throwing up the command center right in the back, which is fine. It is 12 hatch, so he's not really under threat of Lings. Unless, of course, Eon makes a lot, which could still be threatening with this open space. Although he could most likely pull back into his SCVs and be okay. So we got 3 Lings moving across the map. Okay, one's pegged to the SCV, that's why. And gas going up. Oh, bunker going up at the front. And one Marine strays a little too far forward. He says, I make El Bunker. Maybe deciding, this front is a little too open. And Eon Zerg responding with a bunch of laughy faces. Second gas. Taken pretty quickly, a little bit before half layer, which I think is like quote-unquote the gold standard. And now the Overlord's going to get into a better watching position here, but he's got Lings at the front, so he know if Vorti moves out. Ling speed starting now for Eon Zerg. And that second gas is done. Drones immediately put on that. Second barracks up has the gas, so we should see eBay and the academy. So it's going to be fairly fast +1 as he took that gas pretty quick. Got it well before second barracks, which is a little more consistent with a +1 5-rack style opening. And we've got Overlord migration. I don't know if they're just going to watch for other bases or what, but they are definitely migrating. And oh, another SCV has snuck out. And oh, what is this? Are we gonna take another base? That would be, well, I guess that's fine. Usually Zerg waits till they have their spire up, but if you have the money, you can actually just put down the hatchery a little bit faster. Where's he gonna take it? Back here? Put lurkers on this ramp. That works. That works. I don't think you'll get out a full complement of Muta though doing that. He doesn't seem to have like crazy drones. Actually, pretty good drone saturation. But judging from the fact that his Spire is almost done, I don't think he'll quite have enough for 9 Muta. He'll have a gas. But I don't know if he'll... Well, it's going to be actually pretty close. Yeah, not quite, but close. And he's got the hatchery already going with 2 Overlords over there. So Muta on the way now for Eon Zerg. And there's our Hydra Den going down right away. Got 4. Making an Overlord over here. Looks like they'll have about 6 or 7 Mutas, so there will be enough to one-shot the workers and the Marines, although there's a holy moly turrets. Yeah, build them turrets. Eon having the exact same reaction that I had. And Vorti says flash. So yeah, we got some turret defense going on here, boys. Well, Eon's basically already ahead. He doesn't really even have to harass with the Mutas. Picks off an STV, but I mean, when you build that many turrets, that just delays everything so much. He's actually got a pretty decent army behind this, though. Surprised Eon Zerg is actually even bothering to micro against this. Maybe trying to open up a hole here and just kind of keep the Marines pegged in the base a little bit. But there are turrets everywhere. Picking up some Marines though, some nice micro, and not that great a control from Vorti, as all of his Marines are very far apart from the group, straying like this, so just getting some free shots off with basically no damage. And does he have a... No, he does not have a science facility, or anything of the sort. Kills the Lings at the front, and now moving out. Of course, there are Hydras already here at this base, and I think Lurker's done. I hope to God it's done. If it's not done, he's totally forgot it. And now out in the open ground, let's see how well Vorti can control here. Oh boy! Okay, another Marine getting picked off, and Vorti perhaps over-stimming a little bit. I've heard stim going off a lot. Gotta be careful not to run that medic energy down too low, or his healing will be drastically reduced. I'm trying to ascertain if there's Lurker here. He has not morphed these guys. Whoa! Eon Zerg could have lost like all those Mutas. He needs to make Lurkers ASAP. There's a lot of Lings at the front, but I don't think Lings are going to fight very well against this in the choke. Although Eon is picking off quite a few Marines. Vorti having a hard time keeping his stuff together. Not used to playing Terran clearly. Oh, there's two Sunkens. Alright, he'll be fine. And now Lurker Morph does finish. Lings moving forward. Everything really separated. Muta camp this, easily cleaning it up. No problems. And I think Eon Zerg now having a supply lead for the first time. We can see a group of Marine and Medic heading up here, but, you know, big deal. 3 Lurkers, a Sunken. Should probably move those Overlords over the cliff, but, you know, I don't think Eon Zerg's feeling too stressed at this point after easily dealing with that. And oh god, it's just Marines. And oh my god, I was like, if all those Muta and Ling run in, they'll easily kill up a group of Marines with no medics. And oh, he's gonna lose a few of these Overlords. Vorty stims forward, 1 goes down. I think the rest will escape though. And he has trapped this force off, so down go these few Marines. No, 1 sunk is not neutral. This one is, but I said 2, and there are 2 right there. There's also a 3rd neutral sunk. And another large group of Marine Medic moving out. There are 6 barracks, but man, that factory is slow. Gonna have to rely entirely on scans. He's got 2 scans over here. He's got 3. Okay, so he's got a good number of scans, so he probably won't run out of that anytime soon. Whoops. Group of that moves forward, flashing back to the base. We can see Hive has done Defiler Mound, getting pretty close to being done here, so he will have Consume out. And Vorty really is getting nowhere in this game. He's keeping up a little bit in supply, but I mean, Eon Zerg's taking out 4th base. Vorty does have nice macro though. He does have a pretty good number of Marines out. I just am not totally sold on his ability to control them yet. And oh god, he's charging in here, but there's Lurker and a bunch of Lings and Muta basically just annihilate this force. And yeah, you can just tell he's not a Terran player. Doesn't have the reactions or decision making that you'd expect from a good Terran. I mean, he's been macroing okay, although it looks to be drying up a bit right now. This almost seems to be all there is left for Vorty, who really needs to get macroing hard. He's got a tank coming out. He's got this, but he's still a long ways away from Vessel. And now he's basically just going to be Lurker contained. But of course, he's going to be Lurker contained with Defilers on the way. I have a feeling there's a good chance we'll see Swarm and Natural ending this game sometime in the next 2... Oh, also Guardians. He doesn't know about him, so that could be problematic. No Wraith started yet. Guardian fire starts. Let's see how long it takes a Wraith to go up in the starport. Now he's like, oh god, Guardians, no Wraith yet. These Guardians are going to be a huge problem. He's still not starting a Wraith. Really needs to get himself one of those. I think he's just going for it though. He's like, I don't care. My Natural's dying, but whatever. He says, all. And there's the Defiler. There's the Defiler. So we're going to have the Guardian shutting the base down from the back and Swarm push in the front. Whoa, there's the Swarm. Alright. And he tries to micro against the Swarm by going around it. That is, again, not a Terran decision at all. And, of course, he's attacking units under Swarm. So every single Marine is dead. And Eon Zerg quite easily has taken this game firmly in hand. Really, there is nothing Vorty can do at this point. Honestly, I'm really surprised Vorty would even try that. Like, I don't know, that was weird. Maybe he just doesn't care. But you can't surround units and attack them when they're under Dark Swarm. It just doesn't work that way. And we've got Pain Train Ling reinforcements, and soon the Guardians will actually be able to lay siege to the Marines here, and that will break the choke, even if the Dark Swarm doesn't. But of course, he doesn't even have a Vessel, so it's not like he can stop it, and Vorty just leaves the game. He's like, okay, that was pretty painful. That was pretty painful. So that is going to put iFU up 3-0, or 3-1. And so now we'll be going into our next game, which is going to be Zaraki against Pauline. And the map will be Oxide. This is a ZVZ again. So spawning in the top left-hand position as our teal, or whatever you want to call him, Zerg, we have Zaraki, who I'm not sure has been all that active. And then in the bottom right-hand side, as the purple Zerg, we have Pauline. Zaraki, the favored player here, he is a full letter grade higher. as Pauline has a B- Zerg, and Zaraki has hit A- before. No idea on the activity status of either player, though. iFU Pauline has it. Okay, so that looks about right. So, good chance that SAS will even the score here 3-2. So Overlords head out for both players. We've got Overlord making, we've got Overlord making. No players taking gas, so we're ruling out overgas. We see a pool. Will someone fold and make a pool? No. No, they will not. Alright, we got more drones. We got more drones. There's no pool, so it's going to be in-base hatch? What? In-base hatch from Zaraki, or slightly late to the natural? Oh, they're both going to 12 hatch. Alright. Identical builds. Quote-unquote skill ZVZ. Overlords are like, sup, sup. Puppy Killer, you're Terran. You should love this map. It's glorious for Terran. Pool goes down. Gas immediately taken as well. Same response here from Pauline. And of course, both players just eking out a few more drones in the meantime. And 3 immediately put on gas for both players. So now we just have to see, will we have link speed layer first or different ones from each player? Alright, what's gonna be? What's gonna be? Layer first against link speed first from Pauline. So, Pauline's gonna have the mobility advantage. Will he be able to do anything with it? Pauline just spamming away on the links, probably the same though. Oh, actually, Zaraki's made a drone. Oh man, this could be a little bit of a concern here. I mean, if he gets away with it, he'll be fine. But with Pauline going for link speed and intending to be aggressive in this manner, could get interesting if the control is good enough. Oh, denied. Link speed about to kick in here for Pauline. And there we go. Link speed has kicked in. And yeah, just nothing but links here from Pauline. Appears to be... No, he's not actually delaying Spire. Spire goes down. Interestingly... Okay, never mind. Zaraki has slightly faster Spire typing, as we'd expect. And Pauline, interestingly, is not moving out. Actually making a drone or two now. Getting a few more drones in that composition. And both players with very healthy economies. And now it is Zaraki moving out with a ton of links. Honestly, no idea on link numbers. And he is going to make more lings. Zaraki doing the same, or Pauline doing the same. Will Zaraki run in though, or is he just kind of threatening? The Sunken is not being morphed yet. Here we go. Here we go. Spreading him out. Spreading him out. Pauline is making no reaction. He's just, I guess, feeling comfortable with his little concave there. Oh, Pauline moves forward. That's a bit of an odd decision. I guess that's because so many links pulled back, and it results in a few dead from Zaraki. Why did he pull back? Was there some links running by that I missed? No, but this is like Pauline's cue to be like, I'm going for it. I'm running across the map now. A few Scourge coming out here. In fact, only Scourge. So we're going to need to see some Muta Micro here from Zaraki. And, oh, Zaraki is going to sneak in one Ling, and Pauline's going to sneak in one Ling, and Zaraki wisely does not devote all of his Lings to chasing that guy. And Pauline actually opting to Scourge Overlords. See if he Scourges this one too. Seems not. Alright, how's the Muta control? Is he going to go for it? No. There's enough in that stack to micro fairly comfortably against the Scourge. Another player taking that gas at the natural so far. Oh! Micro's down one of the Scourge. Gotta be careful here. He's going to take at least one. To the face, 2 to the face, 3 to the face, loses the Muta there. So not the best of control there from Zaraki. Is now going to pick off this Muta here from Pauline. And how many Mutas? Oh, Pauline does not have many at all. And he's got 4 now, though. A few more popping out. Third gas taken for Zaraki, not mining from it quite. Oh, there's 2 drones coming down. So there we go. We got 3 drones mining now. So the gas a bit faster here for Zaraki, so he's going to get a little bit of a gas advantage. And of course, he hasn't made any Scourge yet, and just Muta. So he should have the Muta advantage over Pauline as well. But not comfortable enough to engage over Pauline's home territory. There were good, that's a good point, there were a good number of Scourge hits though. Do I have hotkeys? No, I don't have anybody's hotkeys. Can't tell how many are in either of these stacks. So let's see, 4960. So about 200 gas advantage here for Zaraki. And Pauline just kind of keeping his Muta flying around. And seeking in a few more drones. Oh, we're going to have a Ling Muta attack. This looks like an actual assault here from Zaraki, and they're not, well, okay, never mind. They were covered up by Obis. I was like, there's not very many Lings, and I was like, actually, there's a decent number. So, oh, taking a few extra shots unnecessarily, but here we go. Zaraki moves in, picks off one of the drones on the gas, and will not run in with his Lings. I guess it was just a threat. And now it looks like Pauline only has like 6 Muta, and Zaraki's looking like he has a very full stack. Oh, and he has a lot more home. Feeling pretty good about this game here for Zaraki. You can see too the supply lead. Quite decent for him right now, about 11. Just starting to get to the significant point in ZVZ. And Pauline just sneaking another Ling. Actually, he's going to get a drone kill out of this, because there's no reaction from Zaraki. He'll finally react, and we'll just go ahead and drill on that guy and kill it. And I don't know, both players just kind of building up, not really feeling like committing to anything yet. Zaraki certainly has a much bigger Muta cloud though than Pauline. I have much to say about this game right now. Both players just kind of flying their meter around, checking the outsides of bases. Looks like he's going to pick off a Ling here as he flies over it, I suspect. Nope. Yep. We can see meter upgrades coming for Pauline. And, okay, so Zaraki might be intending to attack when he gets his +1. And that'll be very good for him because Pauline will not have his own +1 yet. Oh, whoa, we've got a collision. I don't know who attacked first or who did what, but we have a Muta battle in the center. I think it'll be good for Zaraki, and Pauline immediately flies away, and Zaraki's supply rate increases. He's actually splitting his Muta towards Zaraki's base. 2 more Muta get sniped down. Not good at all for Pauline, who's going to go for a bit of a counter, but Zaraki has Muta chasing after this. We'll see how many drones he can get. He's actually splitting to both. Natural's not a bad... Oh, attacking the Spire is not the best of ideas, though. He's going to get some drones at the Natural, though, and Zaraki has not split his Muta yet. But this is obviously going to be costly, and at the same time, back at home, Zaraki is cleaning up, and Pauline has to GG. So that game ends with a sudden altercation in the center. I don't think it was intended to end at that point, but things go wrong, and it does. So now we'll be seeing Zerg Boy against Zimp on Outsider. So spawning on the right side, as our orange Protoss, we have Zimp, who I want to say is either C+ or B-. And here in the bottom position, playing Protoss, I don't know if he's actually a Protoss player or not, we have none other than Zerg Boy, who I want to say, is he A-? I can't remember. We haven't seen him much. Zerg Boy's from iFU. He should have the advantage score. Okay, there we go. So I feel like Zerg Boy's the better of these two players. The replay progress bar isn't showing. What? I'm pretty lost. Yeah, also it's a bit interesting. SAS either couldn't field players or just doesn't really care because Simp is far from SAS's high-end lineup. I said I want to say Zerg Boy is like B or B+ or something. I can't remember though. Bio Boy I think got to A-, but Bio Boy is not Zerg Boy, and Zerg Boy is not Zerg. We're gonna have a little 1-based opening here. A little one. Oh, never mind. It's PVTA. For some reason I thought it was PVZ because I was talking about Zerg Boy. No, Zimp is definitely a Terran player. And his gas almost done. And those SUVs are actually... Okay, never mind. They're not that late jumping on. 1 and 2. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Is Zerg Boy's A- 2v2? But yeah, Zerg Boy is not Bio Boy. Zerg Boy is a different player than Bio Boy. SCV coming in. Should have a Dragoon coming out here at any moment from Zerg Boy. And the factory going up for Zimp. Dragoon on the way. And there's range, so pretty standard looking opening here from Protoss so far. by promising everybody he is cuter than Zerg Boy. Hard to judge without pics, man. Oh, trying to jump the probe out to escape. Will it get caught? No, it's gonna sneak away. Needs one more shot, although if there's another Marine it could kill it off. Machine shot being added. And Dragoon going to the back, I guess, to look for an SCV trying to sneak in. I don't know. But it's not there. Second Dragoon on the way, and this Marine's going to chase the probe all the way. All the way till Zimps decides to look and be like, oh, maybe I should have this guy come back. There we go. And the machine shop is down. Where's the tank? Come on, give me a tank. Where's the tank? Tank's not there because he's going to go for drop build. Oh, the SCV, the SCV. Stop it. Stop the SCV. Nope, nope. It's going to waltz on in. Get some vision. Gonna see there's one gateway. And a robo. That'll be good. He'll have obs at least for the presumably upcoming vultures. Yeah, I can see mines are being researched. I wondered what MCA would be by to say that. I wondered when such a thing would occur. Alright, so Zimp getting control tower. He's got one tank out now for safety purposes and is getting vultures and coming across the map with some Dragoons is Zerg Boy. He'll need to sniff this out here soon and get back into position to defend these drops. Oh, we've actually got Reaver. So we're not going to have Obs. We're going to have Reaver. This is usually a pretty good situation for Terran because they can just make a Wraith and get rid of the shuttle and their dropship will help scout that. And actually, we've got some micro going on here against these Dragoons. But Zerg Boy just scuttling back, and now there are mines late at the front, so I don't think he'll try to bust in there. Especially since they're all in a line. That'd be a really awkward position to try to walk in with goons. And now the dropships just started. Oh, the Reaver is very delayed. So yeah, this should be pretty favorable for Simp. He was leaving everything. This actually could be a bit of nice deception here by Zimp. He's made it look a little bit convincing, like he wants to take his natural, and he can't get in closer. And by he, I mean Zerg Boy can't get in there close enough to see there's no natural and to suspect that this is late. So here we go. Vulture's loading up. It looks like speed is done too. All right, what's the status? Dropship is heading out, so we'll see if he sees the shuttle. He'll just be able to make a Wraith and get rid of it. And he's going to take a backdoor expansion. Goons are way out of position right now. Although maybe he suspects it now? Or is this goon just intending to load up into the... No, it is not. He is bringing back his goons, though. Does he suspect drop? Well, if he leaves them at the front, no. One spotter pylon. It looks like Zimp will fly over it. The shuttle will go unscouted. Alright, does he notice? That was a decent amount of time, but it seems he doesn't. No units moving on the main... There we go. Now he hears it, or whatever. And the vultures are coming to the ramp. They gotta lay mines quick. They do get some down, but it looks like the Dragoons are mostly gonna get in. Maybe one mine goes off, but I think this will be defended fairly well here by Zerg Boy as the vultures are getting cleaned up and they're actually fighting the goons. And here comes the shuttle. The goon is dropped, I guess, to check for tank fire, and the reaction is non-existent. Oh, the Scarab. That was an amazingly dud Scarab, and that is cleaned up. The drop is cleaned up home. That was one of the most dudley Scarab. The Scarab was literally in the SCV cluster and didn't go off. I gotta keep the shuttle moving around though. And now we got the transfer to the back. Let's see how the Reaver micro is going to SCVs. Oh my god, these Scarabs, holy duds. But could this be the one? There's the one. Huge Scarab goes off. That killed a lot of SCVs, and he's got to be careful how he sends them back. Oh my god! Zimp sending them all back to the same mineral patch, and the mineral line damage right now is absurd. Zimp has no economy. That is bordering on game-winning Scarabs right there, even if he did lose the Reaver. He actually has speed, so he can just make more Reavers. And Zimp's economy is very badly damaged. I wish I could have seen the kill count on the Reaver, but it's definitely in excess of 15 kills. So he gets mad dud Scarabs, but then Zimp makes some SCV running mistakes and loses a large number of his own SCVs. So I guess that's karma. Reaver karma. And actually, Zergboy's just like, I'm going to take a third base and still be double supply ahead. And here comes Reaver, round 2, with speed. A couple turrets up for Zimp, but not very many. Not very many at all. So shuttle coming across the map, round 2. There is another drop out here from Zimp, but it's going to need a lot of damage from these drops to get back in this game. So here comes the shuttle into the base. The reaction is pretty good. Does he get a good Reaver drop that can actually kill some SCVs? Oh my god, yes. Another large number of SCVs will die. And this dropship is actually forgotten about. And then suddenly it's noticed. But Zergboy doesn't notice it either. He's microing away like crazy with this Reaver. Action in both spots. Losing all the probes is natural. Zergboy is really focused on this Reaver, let me tell you. As he is having no reaction in the natural. He's still way ahead in supply. He's lost all the probes to the natural now. And now Dragoons are coming across the map to counter. Shuttle is in danger of dying! Oh my god, it just barely escapes. Tank sieging up at the back, maybe, and now Goons coming up here to the front. There are no tanks to the front, which is a bit awkward. Needs this obs to get up here. And needs to get some Dragoons to the back as well. And there's kind of action everywhere. That shuttle is so low on health. And SCVs are immediately pulled from Zimp and the tank as well. He could actually come in here with the Reaver probably and get one great shot off. Vulture still denying a little bit of mining. There's the Reaver. Does he get the shot he needs? He suicides into the shuttle. I guess trying to bomb the tank. Reaver Scarab goes off. Doesn't actually kill that many SCVs, but it looks like Zergboy is trying to break through right here, playing very aggressively. Finally getting some Goons over here. Needs an obs though, or they are going to just walk into mines and die, which is exactly what is happening. Actually, one of them actually makes it back there. And Zimp is very badly injured in spite of this damage. This Goon's going to die at this tank, though. So that's still going to be around to be annoying. Another tank sieging up. We'll be able to shoot that Reaver down, I think, yes. Which is actually going to maybe take down the barracks. Forced to lift the barracks. That's it for the Reaver. But the damage is done. Zimp at only about 30 supply. He actually loses the Nexus to a single tank. That is pretty bad. This is making me wonder if Zergboy's not really a Protoss, because that's pretty ridiculous. A Nexus should not die to 2 Vultures in a tank. When you have, even with, yeah, I don't know. Another drop goes down from Zimp, but man, there's a lot of cannons everywhere. This cannon placement was either really lucky or really thought out. Vulture now sneaking back behind the probes. Tank has been picked up now, and dropship almost gets shot down. Now tank is getting shot at. It has found the one little safe place it can, but lots of goons, so it'll be cleaned up pretty fast. Tries to unsiege it. Don't know why. Will it get the dropship? Yes. Picks that off too. All these probes can finally go back to mining, or be transferred to a new third base. And about double supply here for Zergboy. And Zimp is just walled in tight at the natural, trying not to die. Oh, and look at this. Look at this, guys. It almost seems like carriers. 2 Stargate carriers. Maybe a 3rd Stargate? No, not a 3rd Stargate. At least not yet, anyway. And Zimp is going to try to take a mineral-only 3rd base back here. But really, this ought to just be a formality at this point, as Zergboy is way faster on 3 bases with a massive supply lead. And this is kind of chilling outside of Zimp's base. Zimp's trying to sneak a Vulture out. He gets 1 out. And actually another Reaver as well. Has not started a carrier though in his 2nd Stargate. Might be making a third. Nope, just making a pylon. Vulture actually somehow makes it into the main. All the goons are out on the map. There we go. Now we got carriers going in both stargates. Shuttle is out for round 3. Nothing in the shuttle with it. Oh, there we go. The main still very exposed to potential Reaver shots. And Zimp working off of only 2 factories. Certainly has no idea. Well, does he have any idea? He's making a Goliath, but that might be for more shuttle harass. And he's got obs over here. So I think that's exactly where he intends to go harass. And actually taking a 4th base. So here comes the shuttle. Shuttle! Oh my god! Where'd the Scarab go? The Scarab literally vanished. I've seen Scarabs dud, but that's a first. The Scarab actually vanished. Run away! Does he get a good shot off? No. Another shot won't do anything. I don't. Oh, nope. Kinda. It's 2. And a Goliath out trying to get some shots on the shuttle. Looks like it's just gonna scare it off. Or he's gonna drop it and try to pick it off. Tank siege is up. Needs to get the Goliath if he wants to kill the tank, but he can't get the Goliath. He drops it now. He's being very aggressive with this shuttle. The micro has actually been pretty good, but I don't think he can get the last 2 tanks now. He maybe can go for one more shot in the main, but oh no! Oh god, no! He stopped the shuttle for inexplicable reasons. It is dead. And we got 2 more Stargates coming up. Zimp may have... No, Zimp cannot have scouted these carriers. So he's just making like anti-shuttle Goliaths. And that is a lot of goons. 123 supply against 80 supply. And Zimp finally getting SCVs back to that back base. There's a lot of idle SCVs kind of here in the natural. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you actually could just kill just walking in with goons and win. I mean, it's 4 tanks, but if you just focus down the barracks, you could just probably walk in there almost and win with goons. Especially if you made a few zealots just to tank the initial hits easily. And now the 3 carriers are going to move out. Only 1 more in the making. 2 gateways only. Another round of Shuttle Reaver. Constant Reavers. 16 minutes into the game, more Reavers. Should get these Stargates going here soon. There we go. There we go. Scans go down. Don't know if he scanned. Oh, there it is. The aw shit moment. Look at that, Goliaths are immediately like, holy shit, spam Goliaths. Spam Goliaths. Attacking SCVs with carriers. I really wish he just killed a few tanks at the front and go end the game. Might not be aware of the fact that he can do that though. Down goes the turret. And yeah, just picking off turrets in the natural. Just pick off the tanks and run in with the goons. They'll be unstoppable. Has already picked off several tanks. And is now just kind of picking off SCVs. We're gonna have a little bit of a drop. And by a little bit of a drop, I mean a fucking massive doom drop. Dun 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 dun. But the main is like mined out, so... Is he gonna just go drop the carriers? Please drop the carriers and like kill all the Stargates. He's got two tanks still in this dropship. He's probably like, where's my tanks? I know there's more! There we go. There's the rest of it. Oh, but carriers are popping. They need to run away for the moment. I don't even know. Oh, he's actually come back to defend. Okay. He's dropping the Reaver right on the tanks, not really going to do much. Gets one shot off before it immediately dies. And now the goons are also being brought back to help defend. He's going to pick off. Is he going to target the dropships? Target the dropships. I think he is. He's kind of chasing them with the carriers. He's going to get one of them. And the rest gets cleaned up by the Dragoons as more carriers pop out. And now the carrier's moving out back across the map. Zimp has a lot of factories. Doesn't seem to have that many Goliaths, though. I guess he just took some in his big drop, but... What kind of ups we got on these guys? 1-0 ups. And Zimp has 1-1. So the carrier aggression resumes. And Zimp is trying to take a backdoor base. This front looks so frail. Just attack into there, man. Go do it. More interceptors coming out. The turret goes down. Not exactly the most stellar carrier micro we've seen, as the front carrier just gets murdered down by the Goliaths and the second one, but it looks like he is springing some of the goons into action. He is suiciding carriers very nicely, though, allowing Zimp to actually kill the carriers. Losing 2.5 there. Yes, he lost half a carrier. Whatever that means, make of it yourself. I think he is intending to just bust down the front door. At some point, he's got to walk in with his goons. Just kill the tanks and move in with the goons. But he's just kind of microing his way in. So many exposed tanks. He could just go over this cliff and kill like all the tanks. What? I don't know if he's having fun with him, doesn't know that he can kill him, or is just making damn sure he doesn't somehow accidentally fuck up and lose. I don't really know, though. Could really easily go backdoor and kill this too. Actually chasing a dropship around the map that just has vultures. There's like a field of cannons here. Oh, this base is like not even been saturated yet. Okay. So he's got like mass carriers now. And Zimp has some dropships and some Goliaths. And he's going to continue dropping. But I think Zimp is going to lose his third base now. Oh, Zimp gets his drop picked off though. Whoops. Flying a drop into like 10 carriers usually doesn't end well. And Reaver drop at 22 minutes into the game. Like I said, I can't tell if he's toying with him, or if he just like is nervous and not playing to his best, or if he's just being like super freaking safe. The command center, the command center, the command center, the... Let it live, yes! Let the command center live! Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. He can just sight the command center and leave. Again, this is anti-carrier micro. Goliaths are shooting carriers. But there's like an unstoppable number of carriers. And Zimp is very near... Whoa. Oh, he doesn't want to make vultures because he's under threat of carriers. So that's why he's got so much mineral access, because he's got third base that's mineral only. I was going to say, what the hell is wrong with the macro? But that's understandable in this situation. Yeah, dude, 12 carriers are terrified of 8 Goliaths. Easy win for the Goliaths. Alright, so Zimp is going to try to move out. And he's basically going to run into a giant ball of carriers and Protoss and die. Especially if he gets a good storm or two. That is okay. This is not usually quite how you do it, but it seems to be working. Almost all the Goliaths now dead. as are the tanks, and everything is dead, and Zimp says GG. iFU will take the 4-2 lead, and by 4-2 lead, I mean 4-2 victory, and so iFU will be your third place finisher in STL.